Welcome to the Crime Files. Today, we have a truly shocking story that will leave you in disbelief. While we often share true crime stories that highlight lessons and cautionary tales, this one is different. It's both haunting and unsettling, with a reason behind the crime that you may never have imagined. On the 31st of July, 2021, near Mumbai, in a place called Vasai, people were casually strolling along the beach when something unusual washed ashore. A black suitcase had been carried by the waves, catching the attention of the onlookers. As the suitcase hit the sand, curiosity grew among the crowd. Someone quickly alerted the police, and soon, officers arrived to investigate. When the suitcase was opened, the officers were horrified to find a decapitated body inside. The body was fully clothed, with no sign of the missing head. A thorough search of the area yielded no clues, and the authorities were left with nothing but a gruesome mystery. The body was sent for a post-mortem, and the police began their investigation. But they had little to go on, except that the woman seemed to be Muslim, possibly based on her clothing and the henna on her hands. Days turned into weeks, and despite distributing photos of the body and contacting local police stations, the authorities made no headway. The case grew cold, with no one coming forward to identify the deceased, and no missing persons reports that matched the description. Nearly 2 months passed with no progress until a breakthrough came. On the 8th of August 2022, a man named Javed Sheikh came to the police station, filing a missing person report for his niece Sonia. He'd been trying to reach her for months, but all attempts had failed. Sonia had been married to a man named Asif, and they had a young daughter, Amira. Sonia's uncle explained that after several attempts to contact her, he found out from Sonia's in-laws that she had left a year ago, running off with another man. But Javed couldn't believe it. He knew Sonia too well. She was devoted to her family and especially to her daughter. Something didn't add up. His suspicions grew when he found out that Sonia's in-laws had recently moved, and he eventually traced them to Mumbai, where he confronted Asif. According to him, Sonia had left, claiming to be in love with someone else, and had left a letter behind. However, Javed didn't believe this explanation. He knew his niece, and this didn't seem like her. After months of searching, Javed eventually saw the police's photographs of the headless body, and immediately recognized the clothes and stature of the deceased. It was Sonia. The police then questioned Asif and his family, but they denied knowing anything. However, their nervous behavior raised suspicions. The police decided to conduct a DNA test on the body, which revealed a shocking truth. The body belonged to Sonia. The police then turned their focus on Asif and his family. After further questioning, Asif finally cracked under pressure. He revealed the chilling details of Sonia's murder. On the 31st of July, during the festival of Bakr Eid, Asif, his father and his brother had planned and executed the murder. After a violent argument with Sonia, they bound her and drowned her in a tub of water. When that didn't work, they strangled her. To destroy any trace of evidence, they decapitated her body and disposed of it at Vasai Beach. But the motive behind this brutal crime was even more disturbing. Asif's sister, who had been unable to have children of her own, had been pressuring Sonia to give her daughter, Amira, for adoption. Sonia refused, suggesting instead that Asif's sister consider adopting a child from an orphanage. This disagreement over Amira escalated within the family, ultimately leading to violence, with Sonia paying the ultimate price for standing her ground. This story, filled with shocking betrayal and cold-blooded murder, forces us to reflect on the dark consequences of greed, control, and family pressure. The tragic death of Sonia reminds us that sometimes the real dangers lurk in places we least expect, close to home and even within our own families. As the police continue their investigation, one thing is clear. Justice will be served, but the question remains, could this tragedy have been avoided? Could there have been a different resolution to this family conflict? What do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the Crime Files for more true crime stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again with another gripping tale.